Hi there, I am Annalisa. On this video, I just decided to talk about Saturn energies and what can we expect within the next couple of years. And we start off with 2021. Saturn is going to transit into Aquarius on December 19th. When a planet like Saturn transits from one sign to the next, and especially when it hits that 29 degrees from the previous sign, and then it goes into the new sign and it hits that 0 to 3 degrees, there is this huge taste for what is about to be coming up. The shifts in our culture, the shifts in our society as a whole is so important, such an important part of what we are going to experience over the course of the next couple of years. On a more global scale and in our personal life, we can also start to see some of those themes that are emerging on a societal level. Saturn in Aquarius transit is going to be bringing for us the modalities of structures and order, but it's not as burdened as and hardship as 2020. Saturn. It's known as a great malefic in traditional astrology because it says no to things, and that brings difficult, challenging circumstances, and sometimes they can bring insurmountable things for certain people, depending in your individual conditions or circumstances. And it has an association with fear, and we're just coming out of uh, um, a Pluto, Saturn Pluto conjunct, which of course this year there has been so many things happening, and so many fears impacting us and so forth, that we somehow would impact us for the rest of our living years in this earth. So Saturn in Aquarius is bringing this uh, new term and this new phrase that's being pumped into the media right now. This is by far the most Saturn Aquarius theme that you cannot come across. Aquarius, it it rules social gatherings, group orientations, social gatherings, social networks, and it's the most social planet oriented sign, uh, not planet oriented sign that you can, you know, have on the zodiac. And it's very humanitarian, and it has a very social conscious. Of all the signs. But it's also a sign that is very enigmatic. In fact, that is, Aquarius is very friendly, but and very social, but it separates themselves and detaches emotionally from people, and it keeps that distance. And then we have Saturn, which separates, which puts restrictions, and limitations, and in a very literal way. This energy around social distancing is putting limitations and restrictions in a very high active energy. So as we move forward, this energy of the social distancing, and the group, on the group level, and society level, of all kinds, we will feel this dissociation from one another. So this energy and this social change that we're going through, I believe that it is a precursor to something bigger and more long-standing. We are going through fears and right now, and we're going through anxieties. I don't think that's necessarily going away on a social level, and in a broader way. I think that's going to be part of the norm. Even after the coronavirus epidemic gets better understood and not feared, I think that one of the concepts that is going to stick is the concept of social distancing, because people are going to be more hyper aware of the fact that if they come close contact with other people, the disease will spread. And there's already this conditioning that's going on. We've been conditioning to fear large groups of people because of the risk of the spread of the disease. Because in a global scale, I don't think that that's going to completely go away. Especially because Saturn is moving into Aquarius, and it's just makes absolutely perfect sense that this would be happening right now. In this moment, as a social distancing might not continue to the extremes form that we're seeing right now, but the theme of keeping a distance from other people and not gathering in large groups, and then the limitation and restrictions that higher powers will impose, or higher people, or people in positions of authority like government, will be imposing those restrictions and limitations on us, either we like it or not. Authority, limitations, and restrictions are all Saturn. Those are Saturn themes. I don't think that's necessarily going to lift those things. I feel that theme, those restrictions and limitations and structures, I feel that they're not going to pass. I think that kind of there will be a downsize, I believe, a little bit, and I feel that it won't be such a hardship as it has been. But we'll be dealing with this transit for the next 2.5 to 3 years. So what we're seeing right now is a very strong out of the ether, is that it's impacting a lot of us on an individual level. There's this theme of working from home and utilizing technology to work. And so Saturn rules career, work, cooperations, especially its structures and governments and things of that nature. Aquarius is technology. And Aquarius rules the internet. And so I think after this phase passes, after this epidemic scare phase passes, I do think that more companies, especially large corporations, are going to be pushing to bring in new technologies and utilizing different technologies in order to allow their employees to work from home, to mitigate the risk of something like this happening again, that could impact their bottom line and impact their profits, and also hopefully they will care about their employees, because we know that a lot of these corporations don't. New technologies around business, working from home, interface themes, internet-based meetings. When you don't have to go uh, to the office for a meeting. You will do that interface kind of meetings. Variations of how we can work together but not actually being together, like these types of things that which are already pretty big and are going to really explode over the next few years. And so you'll see more people even after the coronavirus goes away, because it will, even after that sort of thing goes away and it subsides, and that's not really a factor anymore. The psychological implications of this are going to be very strong and withstanding. And I do think that people will continue to work from home, or companies will start making a move towards allowing employees to work from home, or creating structures around utilizing technology to work with people at a distance too. And I'm talking about the complications of this most pre-mondanely. And first, because that's what Saturn does. It's also challenges with suppression, with restructuring in terms of social norms and social adequate, which we're already starting to see at the onset right now. The social distancing thing is a prime example of that. I do think that people are going to be doing more group gatherings online via the internet, using technology, and I feel they're going to be connecting less in person, in groups, and then in groups. And so that's not going to be as commonplace moving forward, especially just because of the ease of doing things online. They're going to we're going to get used to it. It'll become easy to do. And that human touch, that human connection is going to be possibly a very rare thing. Possibly only the old souls will continue to carry that act. Doing things from home and remotely is going to be something that is going to be easy. So you can connect with people at a distance. They can be at the end of the planet, and you can still connect with them instantly. I also read somewhere that they're going to have this train running, I think it's in England or Europe, that can take you from one country to the next within seconds or minutes. That's crazy. That's scary too. So, working remotely or connecting with people long distance without actually being with them in a genuine and authentic way, quality is going to be rarely rare. As we are able to in the past. And so that's something that we're going to have to deal with and navigate around and figure out solutions. This is Annalisa. Please subscribe on the link below. And I wish you well, my friends. See you in the next video.